Now, before we get to the close, any great sales champion knows that we should set the close up nicely and try to make it impossible for the client to say no. So we use a technique called a triplet. An example of the triplet is as follows. Now, Mr. Jones, there are no medicals to go for, no documents to sign. All you need to do is decide which level of cover you would prefer. Remember, the triplet is always the use of 2 short benefits and 1 long benefit to maximize the impact of the statement before you close and call for the decision. Once we've covered the triplet, we move smoothly to the closing section of the call. Because after we have covered the benefits with the client, it is now time to ask the client if he is ready to buy. It is time to call for the decision. We always use a closing question to call for the decision, and there are different types of closing questions that we can use. Today we're going to cover the direct close and the fatal alternative close. You need to remember here that the reason we introduce ourselves, the reason we go through the presentation, use reflexive questions and examples, and the reason we focus on presentation skills and triplets is because we want to get the client to a point where he is confident to make a decision about owning our product. So after this has all been done, now it is time to close. The direct closing question is the simplest and easiest close to master. It simply calls for the decision to go ahead. Do you want the product? Yes or no? It is important to note that the direct close puts pressure on the buying decision. Do you want it? Yes or no? However, the fatal alternative close doesn't ask the client, do you want it? Yes or no? The fatal alternative asks the client, how would you like the product? This way or that way? Here we put the pressure on choice and not the decision itself. The client's decision to agree to either choice that you have presented ensures that he has decided to buy. Do you know what the ABC of selling is? It stands for always be closing. So remember, all the hard work that you have done before in your presentation leads to one point, and that is for you to call for the decision, to see if the client is ready to buy, yes or no. It is important to remember that whatever the client says here, all answers or decisions are relevant. Anything your client says here will take you deeper into the call, closer to the sale.